Hey, good morning. So this is the pre-recorded part of today's lesson. I'm going to walk you through what I filled in for my Zaroff chart. This is not done to make you feel inferior. This is just to get you to look at your responses, ask yourself, did I do high school level? And if you would like to, feel free to revise and resubmit your work by the end of the class period today. During your class period, I will have my actual live link embedded in the update, but I will delete that, lunchtime today. So what I'm sharing with you, and I'll get my picture out of the way over here, is just my selections that I made for the STEEL method for General Zaroff. Okay. Notice in the directions I did ask you to underline the key character traits. So if I find the excerpt that I selected where Zaroff said something, it was simply this: hunting had ceased to be what you call a sporting proposition. It had always become too easy, and I always got my quarry. Always. There is no greater bore than perfection. That was line 305. Okay, so why did I select that? In my opinion, General Zaroff is sadistic, and he enjoys toying with Rainsford. Zaroff is luring Rainsford into the game at this point with the conversation. This shows that Zaroff is smart. He's manipulative, and he's trying to entice or appeal to Rainsford's hunting instincts. Notice I have 3 adjectives that I have underlined and highlighted that I would attribute to Zaroff. There are there's tons of lines of dialogue for Zaroff, and any one of them would tell you something about his personality. Thinking. Okay, so this is line 357 roughly. Life is for the strong, to be lived by the strong, and if need be, taken by the strong. The weak of the world were put here to give the strong pleasure. I am strong. That's clearly a thought, a belief system, something that Zaroff believes. Now, granted, he's saying it out loud to Rainsford during the dinner. Again, what I think that shows me about General Zaroff is that he sees things in black and white, winners and losers, hunters and prey. General Zaroff is not compassionate. He is very competitive, virile, which means very strong, and he's ruthless. For effect on others, again, tons of different examples that you could choose from. I happen to pick, you'll find this game worth playing, the general said enthusiastically. Your brain against mine, your woodcraft against mine, your strength and stamina against mine. Outdoor chess. And the stake is not without value, eh? And if I win, began Rainsford huskily, I will cheerfully acknowledge myself defeated. And if I do not find you by midnight on the 3rd day, said General Zaroff, my sloop will place you on the mainland near a town. And the general read what Rainsford was thinking. He said, "Oh, you can trust me," said the Cossack. "I will give you my word as a gentleman and as a sportsman. Of course, you in turn must agree to say nothing of your visit here." So at this part, I'm, again, analyzing General Zaroff and all of his different levels of evilness. He's audacious, meaning like bold without apology. He's manipulative, trying to, using trickery, and cunning. So that's another word for clever. So he cleverly lures Rainsford into the game. Zaroff is impetuous when he encourages Rainsford to trust him. Impetuous and audacious are very similar. It's like you're so bold, how could anyone say no to you? That sort of thing. Actions. I think a lot of us are going to have the same action, where he's blowing the cigarette smoke up in the tree towards Rainsford. So the general's eye had left the ground, and were traveling inch by inch up the tree. Rainsford froze there, every muscle tensed for a spring, but the sharp eye of the hunter stopped before they reached the limb where Rainsford lay. A smile spread over his brown face. Very deliberately he blew a smoke ring into the air, and then he turned his back on the tree and walked carelessly away, back along the trail that he had come. To me, this is just evil. So General Zaroff's depravity for human life is brazen. He could easily kill Rainsford. He knows he's in that tree. He's letting Rainsford know that he's in that tree, but he chooses not to do that. He's taunting Rainsford with his presence to instill even more fear. In my opinion, that's sadistic, that's brutish, and that's cruel. So L stands for looks, not appearance, but looks. He was a tall man, past middle age, for his hair was a vivid white. But his thick eyebrows and pointed military mustache were as black as night from which Rainsford had come. His eyes, too, were black and very bright. He had high cheekbones and a sharp-cut nose, and a spare, dark face, the face of a man used to giving orders, the face of an aristocrat. So here, General Zaroff's appearance is stark. He's stereotypically evil with sharp features and dark eyes. I put down he's like Scar and Snape, etc. He's condescending and brutish. And I think his appearance matches his kill or be killed philosophy. And then on that line, I went and I'm like, okay, what other Disney characters does this remind me of besides all I could think of last night were Snape and Scar. And so these are just 4 Disney caricatures. What I think they all have in common is if you hear their voice, it's very condescending, it's very educated, it's very aristocrat. They are obviously they're manipulating people. They want people to think they are a good person. However, deep down they are very cruel and they are very evil, and they're trying to they think they're outsmarting everyone. Notice their features. They all have dark hooded eyes, they all have a pointed chin. There you go, 4 stereotypes of some evil caricatures. You may be asking yourself, where did I get these wonderfully specific adjectives? You want to find, you want to use thesaurus.com, and I'm going to link that into this link here so you have it, so just pause for a second. Okay, so let me show you how the thesaurus works here. So I've inserted the link, and when you click on it, it's going to take you to this website that says thesaurus.com. And I got to lower that so it's in my field. Okay. So say, and I already have it set to come up to synonyms. So that's just how I embedded the page. Say I'm going to type in the word cruel, because we're all going to think that Zaroff is very cruel. When I hit enter on that, all of these, like inhumane, merciless, barbarous, atrocious, vicious, cold-blooded, sadistic, ruthless, all of those popped up, and I just hit a button there. You can also then, like if I click on inhumane, it'll take me to other different synonyms for inhumane. So this is a way to just really improve your vocabulary. Just make sure that you're choosing words that are, you know, he was merciless, he was pitiless. I'm not sure if we could say he was cannibalistic, you know, so it's not like everything on this list would work. But you want to start using this website, thesaurus.com, and you want to use synonyms. Okay. So my main goal for you for today then is to go back over your submission, make some changes. Please do not copy mine. I did not share this for you to give you, you know, an exact example to follow. It's just to give you an idea of the level of what I'm looking for. And then if you have time, I'm going to post on the update today to begin working on the Rainsford characterization chart. And I think it's not going to be homework, but just use the rest of the class time you have once you finish your Zaroff one and resubmit it, just to make sure, just going back to the story and finding examples, maybe just finding the text evidence and then working on the analysis for Rainsford. So that assignment will be posted. I won't have the due date for that one till Thursday, but there will be a little bit of class time for tomorrow on that. So that's the video. It's an 8-minute long video, so I figure by watching it, then you got about 15 minutes of work time. All right. Have a great day, folks. I will see you on Thursday.